Well, welcome back to Capitol Review. The House passed over an $800 billion defense policy bill. It came with strong opposition from Democrats over language in the bill that restricts gender-affirming medical care for transgender children. And it comes as Tulsi Gabbard, President-elect Donald Trump's pick for Director of National Intelligence, makes the rounds on Capitol Hill. Returning to Capitol Review is Sarakshi. She is the Director of Audience Development and Head of Social Media at the Hill. Sarakshi, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be back.
So let's get into this. Sources tell the Hill that Tulsi Gabbard is struggling through her meetings with senators. What are you hearing?
That's right. Our reporters have nearly half a dozen sources, including senators and individuals close to the situation, who are indicating that Tulsi Gabbard has been struggling in meetings at the Capitol this week. Now, this really highlights the difficult path that she faces in winning the confirmation to be the next Director of National Intelligence. The sit-downs are not going well, according to our sources and our reporting. Now, one of the people close to the situation said that, she's not someone who they think could give the president's daily intelligence briefing. Senate Republicans are also concerned, noting that, multiple people who've sat down with her have come away unimpressed so far. But President-elect Trump's transition team is pushing back on some of these anonymous sourcing. They're calling these anonymous sources cowards, saying that they still have full faith that she will pass this nomination process. But as of where things stand right now, it is looking like it is going to be an uphill battle for Tulsi Gabbard.
And Gabbard was once a part of the Democratic Party, then switched to the Republican Party. Does that have any impact on what she's facing and on her nomination?
Well, I don't think that particularly will have an impact. In fact, a lot of Republicans at the Capitol have come out and commended her for switching parties. I think what is concerning to some people is that she met in 2017 with Syria's Bashar al-Assad, whose government was overthrown, as well as this was following allegations of chemical weapons use against his own people. She's also been a high-profile defender of Edward Snowden and has echoed some of the same points on the Ukraine war as Russian President Vladimir Putin. And that's what is the crux of the concern right now. It's her real defense of Putin is making it difficult for her to get support from the likes of Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell, who is a huge supporter of Ukraine. And, he is outgoing Senate GOP leader, but he is still expressing his concern over her support for Putin's talking points.
Yeah, those are definitely some controversial names that we have circulated recently. So the main question, Sarakshi, will she have an uphill battle to getting confirmed?
So we saw all of these nominations start to play out once President-elect Trump started announcing them. We know that his Secretary of Defense pick, Pete Hegseth, was also in hot water, but he seems to have turned the tide around in his meetings this week, where there is now more support for him, and he is looking like he might win his confirmation. Now, for Tulsi Gabbard, things are not trending in that direction. So while Pete Hegseth will make it through, is what sources on Capitol Hill are saying, from the support being expressed for him recently, there is concern that Tulsi Gabbard might not get the support she needs to win her confirmation. And there are some who are expressing less concern, like Senator Markwayne Mullin from Oklahoma, who said that she is a straight shooter and that he thinks she'll be able to get the job done. So we'll just have to wait and see how things play out at the Capitol.
It is a wait-and-see game. Sarakshi, thank you for joining us.